Hey everyone, this is Uthris. Welcome back to Space Engineers. So last episode we built our small mining vessel, and this is to gather some basic resources for our base, if we had a base. And then also we have our small scout ship. The winner of the voting from last episode, the choices was either a bomber, a heavy fighter, or a shuttle. And it seems like everyone wanted the shuttle. So I kind of bit off more than I could chew in one day. This is basically what our shuttle is at the moment. I have been working on this since I got home at work, and it has been taking a couple hours so far, probably 2 or so. Just trying to make everything fit. The cockpit glass is way more complicated to do things than I originally thought, mainly because of the way the orientation tools work in Space Engineers compared to Medieval Engineers. I don't think it's quite as fluid. But I think that's just because, we use our Q and E keys to actually rotate in space. You don't have to worry about that in Medieval Engineers. You can see also that it's going to be a fairly large ship. And shuttles can be interpreted in many ways. It can be a small shuttle, like a personal shuttle. Like it would be smaller than our light ship over here. And I might make one of those next. That way we can just have both types. But this also could serve as a shuttle, really. You just take away the guns, make it a little bit smaller and faster, and you'll have yourself a shuttle. This, on the other hand, is more like a large shuttle or a transport ship / trade ship. And I don't know how to even begin to work out the mechanics of lowering a staircase down so people can actually board it, or even how I want to handle the landing gear. I think it would be best to actually have like deployable landing gear rather than have these things stick out all the time. But you never know what's easy, and space is rather limited. This back area is the actual cargo bay. It will be all piped up and everything. You can also, I'm planning to make a couple variations of this, so either a personnel carrier or a cargo carrier. I guess it's no longer a shuttle, you could say. But we can go ahead and walk in. I haven't hooked up any of the buttons yet. There's some personal storage for the people that command the ship. A desk with some monitors. I don't have really any fancy consoles installed. I mean, I do, but they're for large ships only. So I'm kind of stuck with this. I downloaded some LCDs, some angled ones because they look really nice. And then also in one of my detailed packs there was a shower. You can actually get in and everything. And then of course, if you're gonna have a shower, you gotta have your space toilet. And then a couple bunk beds so people can take shifts, sleeping and such. This door is the door in and out of the craft. In terms of crew, there's gonna be a cargo hatch at the back end. This door, of course, leads into the cockpit. I don't really know what to put in here. I don't have many items to put in here, and I'm fine with it being fairly open. There's 2 smaller seats. They get their own panel and some buttons. The view from the cockpit is fairly nice, I think. It's about as open as I wanted it. I didn't want it to be like this perfect see everything glass cockpit. I wanted to have blind spots and things like that nature, because it just makes it feel a little bit more realistic. But I do like you know, the visibility for sure. The glass makes it look really nice. We're gonna have some venting along the floor at the bottom here, and yeah, that's it so far. I'm gonna go ahead and record some building on it, though you might see me struggling through a lot of that, and eventually we're gonna have to start building our engine bay, which is gonna be an adventure in itself. Let me get rid of these because those are unnecessary. Thinking about putting a small window here in the bathroom, but then again, I don't know about the whole shape of the hull yet and how that's going to be looking. I had to use the airlock kind of cargo doors for this because I didn't have a door small enough to actually fit, and you know, again, that's not wired up. Nothing's really wired up. However, the beds do work. Fairly comfy. So this is definitely going to be a multi-day build, and then we'll probably do another small ship afterwards. I've never tried to tackle anything in terms of complexity with a small ship of this size, and so you guys are definitely going to have to bear with me as we get through this. So let's see, I need to turn on my symmetry again. And here we go. Let's see, did that build? Kinda. Build up a wall here. Translate yet? Yep. Okay. This way we can know kind of what we're dealing with in terms of space. The back end's going to be very symmetrical. It's going to be curving around the large cargo bay, and then there might be some additions on the sides. Maybe more on this side than the other side, just because the door and how this is going to work. I don't know. Yeah. So maybe man, every time I start talking a lot, my coughing comes back. Maybe it would be best to just kind of block out as much as I can as quickly as possible. So let's go ahead and throw up some walls. And then we need some cargo containers here. Thinking something like that. That way we can at least pipe it all up. You can also put ribbing in between these. That way the ship actually looks like it has some supporting struts. I mean, this is an area I can fit a lot of components. Things of that nature. Let's go ahead and seal this off, I think. Just for good measure. grab a angled block here. I'm also planning to bring back medieval engineers. I would really like, I mean, the big goal would be to upload maybe 2 videos a day for the Space Engineers series. That way we can have 1 episode of medieval engineers and Space Engineers both in one day, or 1 at night, 1 in the next morning. But I would record them essentially back to back and basically mark that off as Engineers Day, be it whichever one, it doesn't really matter. So the goal for sure is to try and keep things modular. Where is that port? Right there, there, and there. So we'll go ahead. Oop. I guess there's a floor there. Need to keep that. So that's where some piping needs to hook up to. And then maybe I should just seal this off. More armor between the goods and the gunfire. Could be nice to have. Something like this. I'm liking the diversity in shapes you can get using the large ship blocks with the small ships. It's definitely really nice. This series is actually the first time I ever messed with that block in general, so I'm really liking it so far. Let's do something like this. Along the whole top. Maybe not the whole top. Let's break that up a little bit. Definitely feels pretty open, which is nice. Didn't want it to be too confining. I have to think of a good engine bay. They'll be on the left and right side over here. Let's see here, maybe put some of these. For ribbing, and then why not? I mean, we can double stack these cargo containers. There's room. That way it just looks a little bit more full. And we also need to decide something about a door here. It's good that we have a nice odd number. So I'm thinking something along these. So the door will be a little bit smaller than that gap. And the engines will actually wrap around to here, I think. So we can actually go ahead and start trying to lay out a shape. Come on. Thank you. Let's see. I tend to fly around a lot more rather than building, because I'm totally out of my comfort zone, especially compared to medieval engineers in this. So it's a little bit harder. I need that to be there. Yep. Ah! Where am I going? Come on, fly. That was weird. Apparently had my inertia dampeners off. See if that messed up anything on this side. Nope. Looks normal. There's that. Gotta make sure that didn't mess with anything over here. I think it did. Oh, nope. Open back up. Yeah, it did. Did I go into space? Nope. Let's just get rid of the bed. Okay, that's fine too. How about using a walkway panel here to seal off the back side of the upper vents? Where is it at? No, that's not what I want. I want a walkway. And then we also need a new bed. Like so. And there you have it. That guy has a tight squeeze to get up there, but you know, it's a little bit more private though. Kind of nice. Space toilet. Cargo. Okay, so let's start designing some sort of engine bay. The best thing to do usually is to lay out your thrusters, and we're going to need some big ones. Let's use the azimuth big thruster, because it's in all capitals, making it really big. We can just happen to double it up. And since it's a nice even number, we can actually fit. Because stopping and moving forward is generally the most important. So we can put a couple on here. Like so. Why does that look odd? It looks off. It shouldn't be off. Oh, it's an odd number. Okay, we can deal with that. Let's see, any thruster with an even number, what stages? His is odd. Doesn't work. Let's see. Center. Nope. That doesn't work either. But what we can do is actually set it sideways. That might be nice. Get some nice depth away from the ship at an angle. It could pay off nicely. And then we need a nice big erector. AC fusion tiny. How many times arc? No. And that looks pretty proper-like. In fact, I wouldn't mind leaving that kind of exposed. Defensively, bad idea. Looks-wise, great idea. Doesn't fit in here very well. Ooh, something like that. That might be cool. Kind of leave those rings exposed. Someone will definitely be aiming for our engines. I'll tell you that much. And the piping, we'll be able to hook that up to the main cargo, which will be nice. Yeah, why not just slap thrusters everywhere on this thing? It's gonna need it. The engine bay is sitting a little higher on the ship, but that's on purpose so we can run things underneath the belly and try and work maybe a landing gear mechanism inside the main thruster on that side and the other side. Over here, we may have to just have a fixed one that's always down, but hide it within the armor. I don't think that would be too bad to do. What is that? There we go. So anyways, I think I might leave this episode here. I'm hoping I might be able to get this done in the next day or so. And we'll be able to do a nice good walkthrough of it, since we have a Terra Firma Craft episode tomorrow, and then the next day we'll be back in Space Engineers. Thanks as always for watching. If you guys are enjoying the series, let me know. I'll go ahead and put we probably won't be voting on a next ship, but you guys can suggest things as always, and that might make it on the next vote once this one is complete. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.